People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry podcast. You're not supposed to be hearing me right now. You're supposed to be hearing our Nashville shows. You're supposed to be hearing great, talented artists that we get to work with from Live Oak. Unfortunately, I just want to send my thoughts out in prayer to Mr. George, Lee Tucker's daddy. Lee was doing a takeover for me so I could spend some time with my daughter this month before she goes back to school, and he was in an accident yesterday. So, Lee, just know you're in our thoughts and prayers. I love you, brother. Mr. George, love you too. You've always been cool to me. I pray for a very speedy recovery. I pray that the good Lord has his hands on each and every nurse and doctor that touches you. If y'all all could say a prayer for George Tucker, I'd very much appreciate it. He's Lee Tucker's daddy, and I love him to death. He's been good to me, and he's a damn good man. Lee, I love you, brother. If you need anything, I'm here for you. All the rest of your friends are here for you. And thank you for doing my show yesterday. And thank you to everyone who kept playing after this happened. Lee literally got to introduce the show, then got the bad news. So that was supposed to be my 4 shows this week. That was supposed to be my 4 shows. Once again, thank you to every single artist that stayed and played yesterday when you didn't have to. That means the world to me. And we will make sure that we do something special for y'all. But I wasn't supposed to be doing that, like I said. And really, I was supposed to spend time with Gracie this week. And I was like, okay, nothing's going to come up. I can drop those shows. Those will be my shows this week. I was like, there'll be nothing special that goes on this week. Really, school's about to start back. Everybody's enjoying time with their kids. There's really not anything I want to do a show on. Wrong. So I don't know if you've heard of this artist from Georgia. His name's Jason Aldean. Aldean or whatever. I don't know. I've always been a huge Jason fan. He's actually, there's 2 or 3 different stories about where he's from, but if I'm not wrong, he's from actually in Crawford County, which is right above Macon, Georgia, which is a very small community. And, I started just to ignore this. I really did. I was like, I don't really give a fuck. People are going to have their opinions. People are going to say dumb shit. It really doesn't matter. Like, I really don't give a fuck about people's opinions. But then, a while ago, I went to go hit pre-save on a couple things to make sure I had them pre-saved for tomorrow. One of them being my dudes, Trey Lewis's It Was Always You song comes out tonight. And I really wanted to make sure I had that ready to go because let's do. I planned on having a good time this evening, and I was going to I want to support my boy. Plus, I like this song. I'm actually in one of the videos for it on his Snapchat. But as I was doing that, I was scrolling through TikTok, and I saw this ignorant motherfucker. And I saw the point that he was trying to make. And I'll be real with you. If you know me, you know I don't like ignorance. If anybody's going to be ignorant on a subject, I feel like you need to be educated. I really do. I feel like I'm getting messages after messages right now. My inbox is blowing up, literally because I made a TikTok before doing this. Imagine that, me making a stupid fucking TikTok that I hate. And also, I shared this girl's status. And this girl's status is fucking ignorant. A young Caucasian lady from Macon. She just goes by Liz. But let's see if we can find Liz's information. Now, if you just go to Josh Terry on Facebook, hopefully you'll see it. And I had to pause it again. And 4 minutes into this shit, I already had to pause it. But you guys don't really know that anyway. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to open a beer. We're going to break down the fucking ignorance of not only this young lady, but we're going to break down the ignorance of several other things. First off, before we even get into this bitch's post, she commented on something that was like, make me famous. Bitch, $1 million in a... I'm not going to take that route. I'm not going to take that route. There's a lot of things you could probably do. I'm looking at your Facebook right now. You obviously are fucking ignorant. I can't spell. I can't, but you're fucking... Good God. Are you smarter than a third grader? Fucking no. And by the way, if you're hearing this, any of you guys listening, this is a top 1% show in the fucking world. I get paid to do this for a living. This is all I do. So if I had your name, I probably would seriously call you out. But you just go by Liz. So fuck you, Liz. I'm going to look it up so it's factual evidence. I want y'all to hear me type this into Google. Who else has shot a music video at the same courthouse as Jason Aldean? I'd really ask Google that because I can't fucking spell it. Let's see. Let's see who else. Okay. Miley Cyrus filmed a movie there in 2009. I don't see y'all jumping on Miley Cyrus's ass. Tanya Tucker, still country music. Let's see, who else? Runaway June. I have no idea who the fuck Runaway June is. You wasn't bitching when it was Miley Cyrus. You're bitching because it's a country dude who doesn't see color, who doesn't see race. You want to make a song that's racist is not. I'm going to tell all you sons of bitches that are listening a little secret. Everybody thinks the South is the most racist place ever. It's not. You know why? Because we had to deal with racism before the rest of the fucking world, before the rest of the country. We had to know what it was like to deal with great-grandpas, great-grandmas, family members, whoever, that were racist. And we learned at a young age, it's not the contents of someone's skin, the color of their skin. It's the contents of their character and heart that matter. We've had to grow up around every creed, color, whatever, in the same communities. You know what the difference in the communities are where we're from? It's rich and poor. It's not black and white. It's not Mexican. It's not whoever. It is what side of the tracks you were born on. That makes you dislike the other ones. It makes you fucking envious of the other ones. Or makes you look down on the other ones. I grew up poor as fuck. Anybody want to see our old house, our first house we lived in? You can go to Plainfield, Georgia, and you can see it. It is condemned. It is a fucking shanty. I lived the first 10 years of my life in that thing. And then lived in a trailer the rest of my life until now. And let me tell you, what you guys are trying to make a case for when he's talking about small town Georgia and small town life, that is where you learned to judge the people sitting next to you in class by who they were and how they treated you. No matter the color of their skin. Why do y'all think where we're from, there's so many people that imitate other people's cultures here? They intertwine. Like you got black folks that like hunting and fishing. You got white folks that like rap and stuff like that. We intertwine here. In the South, is racism still real? Yeah, but I really do think that it is less than anywhere else in the world. I do. You go to, let's just say you go to Oregon. Tell me how many black folks live in Oregon. And then tell me how they get treated. You know, down here, there just happens to be a lot of ignorant people. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. There's a lot of ignorant people. I'll tell you who I hate worse than anybody is ignorant fucking white people. And you know why I hate ignorant fucking white people? Because it seems like those are the ones that I have to deal with on a daily basis. I would hate any ignorant son of a bitch that I had to deal with on a daily basis. But it just so happens my demographic that follows the show, either you love me or you hate me. But the haters are not that of the gay or lesbian community. They love me. It's not the African American community. They love me. They fucking, as I am told quite often, I am invited to the fucking cookout. People who sit there and run their fucking mouths about me are the people that are ignorant and the same color as skin. When I got fired from country radio because I didn't support the Confederate flag, I actually told people on air that I appreciated what NASCAR did. I do. I see where people of color, why they could not like that. I really fucking do. And I stood up, and I still stand behind that. To each their own. If it means heritage to you, by all means. But it means hate to a whole lot of fucking people. And I get why it can be offensive. It doesn't mean a fucking thing to me either way. So I don't really care. Something that doesn't mean anything to me, I really am not going to put time and effort into arguing about. But anyway, the point being with this, those are the people I really don't give a shit whether you ever turn a page on me or not. Those who do not believe in growth and do not believe in change. And by this young lady's post and a lot of things that I've seen on social media today, none of y'all fucking believe in growth. And also, if you can't tell, I am an independent. I do not like radical rights. I do not like extremist lefts. I don't get it. I don't know why you are so fucking closed-minded to hear anybody else's opinion but your own. Why you're not willing to sit there and have a discussion with someone. Let me tell you, the first person that bitched about this, Jason Aldean shit, you know what they should have done? They should have made a video asking him to explain the song and what the lyrics meant to him. I hate to tell you, I write some music. I have a good time with my buddies. And in Nashville or here, when you're writing a song, you're writing from your life's perspective. You're writing from something that you know 90% of the time, unless you're writing for somebody else. And let me tell you, you know very quickly in a writer's room if someone is being hateful in a comment or not. And I will guarantee you no one attached to that song was like, oh, we're going to put a hateful song out right now. No. You're going to put out what you know and how you feel. He's singing about where he's from. I've listened to the song 100 times a day. You know what? The song came out back in April, or the album came out back in April. I didn't even listen to that song until today. You guys literally took something that was really not being acknowledged by even me as a huge country music fan. And you've made it the number one song across all genres. And that's a fuck you to you guys for not being able to understand growth and actually diving into what somebody means. You're trying to tell someone and tell other people what the fuck you think the song means. And because you think it means that way, well, then that must be what it is, Scoob. It's fucking not, you moron. Jesus Christ. If you're from where I'm from, you are fucking proud of where you're from. You're proud of the boys and girls you grew up with. You're proud of maybe you're not stuck in that position anymore, but you will always have that fucking small town in you. You will always love a piece of that small town because it is what you made. Because it's what made you who you are. And for those who don't get that, you just don't understand. We will fight for our fucking neighbor down here. Look, there's even a guy on my social media right now. He's been on my show. To this day, he's still one of my favorite fucking guests I've had. His name's Matt Oxley. And he couldn't be more different in his views down there than me. But I got respect for the guy because he usually goes about it the right way. Sometimes a little overboard, but fuck, I am too. I respect people that are passionate about stuff. Like, this guy has helped Black Lives Matter around here. Do I agree with Black Lives Matter? I believe that Black Lives Matter as a whole is a good thing, but the organization I think is a fucking joke. But that is just one person's opinion. I believe that all lives matter. I believe a white life is just as valuable as a black life, or vice fucking versa. And if you don't like that, then we're never, ever, ever going to get along. And let me tell you, this woman's comments just shows why we have to stand up and we have to remind people that it's not always black or white. A lot of us live in the fucking gray. A lot of us live in the fucking gray. So anyway, I'm going to read you this bitch's shit. And then each line I'm going to break down. And I am going to show you where she is a moron. Okay? Yo, Jason. She actually says yo. How about you renounce your claim to Macon if you want to act like you're from some backwater middle of nowhere town that's never had more than one red light? Bitch, he's from Crawford County. They just put a turnaround in Crawford County. Look, just because you're from Macon doesn't mean that there's little farm towns not outside of fucking Macon. That is, you ever been to Gray, Georgia? You know what the fuck's in Gray? Nothing. You ever been off the interstate in Byron? Nothing. I hate to tell you, you are in an agriculture fucking state that once you get out of city limits, it is farmland. It's little fucking towns. I live 45 minutes away from Macon, and it is like you went back in time when you come down here. Our main street has, 4 lights? We have barely any restaurants. And what we have here in Cochran is more than what they have in Crawford County. So that's fucking stupid right off the bat. Macon is the 4th largest city in Georgia, small town. Okay, once again, it's just like, by the way, anybody know where Young Jeezy says he's from? Young Jeezy always claims Atlanta. If you are a Jeezy fan, Jeezy says Hawkinsville. You know why Jeezy says Hawkinsville? Because nobody knows or doesn't say Hawkinsville? Because nobody knows where the fuck Hawkinsville is. Because it's a little fucking farm town. That is not but, anybody want to guess, 40 minutes outside of Macon. Crawford County is on the other side of Macon in the middle of fucking nowhere. There is nothing there. That is where he grew up as far as I've always been told. Music history, plenty. I'm going back to her shit, by the way. Music history, plenty. Every child in Macon raised with the Allman Brothers, R.E.M., Little Richard, Otis Redding. She is right about that. James Brown recorded. As far as I don't know if he fucking did or not, probably, because Capricorn and everything used to be here. RCA. That's where you get to spend, that's why you got to spend your time on stage in the bright lights. You were raised in the hearts of, first off, bitch. Let's just break down how fucking stupid that is. Jason started off with the Young Guns in the 90s. None of those people were relevant at all. Capricorn Records is just now, in the past 2 years, making a comeback. The music scene died in Macon for a long motherfucking time. Jason cut his teeth at Whiskey River. If you know where Whiskey River is, it's on Pinona. That's where he got to play his first shows. Whiskey River was not the biggest fucking bar back then. It was not. It was not this huge venue that it was before it went out of business. It was a good place for folks to come play, but it was for up-and-coming artists. That was the only place to play country music anywhere around here back then. So the premise you're setting up here that all these people set this shit up, they didn't. You also had Grant's Lounge, but I don't even know if Grant's had been reopened by then. But Grant's is a tiny hole-in-the-wall town. So what you're saying right here is that Jason started off at the Coliseum, at the Opera House, and all that shit. He didn't. He played smoky fucking bars. Okay. He didn't. He's not more privileged than anybody else coming up in music. No. Same with Jeezy. You're not giving Jeezy shit or anything, right? He started off at Money, I think. I think he did. That would have been his biggest place that was closest to Hawkinsville, which, same road as Whiskey River. Okay. Anyway, so that was fucking stupid. Regular history. Houdini. Oh, what the fuck's got to do with the Grand Opera House? Trapdoor, so don't care. Charlie Chaplin did a show. Okay. Once again, why does that fucking matter? I don't understand why that matters. He's from Crawford County. You're talking about the history of Macon. You remember the Cherry Blossom Festival? I'm sure you attended at some point. Started when I was 5 years old, and it's one of the top 50 events to attend in the USA. How fucking stupid is that? What did you do? Get that in a Macon magazine? I don't know where you live at now or what the fuck events you've been to. I'm not knocking the Cherry Blossom, but that's not that special. It's beautiful. Cherry Blossom's beautiful. Going to hang out with some of the bar owners and the other stuff that they do, the little concert series and stuff there is cool. Have you been to the fucking fair they have there? Jesus Christ. I wouldn't let anyone go to the fair there. Nobody. Yeah, it's not that nice. It's really not. The bars, the restaurants and stuff are nice. The actual event is kind of boring. It's kind of boring. That's fucking stupid. Let's see. Draws a giant crowd where? Show me some numbers to where you say giant crowd. You know the last giant crowd that was in Macon at an outdoor venue? Luke Bryan's farm tour. And that was nothing but a bunch of country boys and girls going out there. And even then, by huge concert standards that you're trying to set here, well, that's not even that big. You probably had 10, 15,000 people at the height of Farm Tour. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go on to her next page. Okay. Maybe if you spent some time there, you probably know that Macon was a diverse population. Well, no fucking shit. I think we all know that. So much, in fact, that the large, permanent exhibition of the African American Museum in Southeast is housed in the Tubman Museum. Yeah, she's right. I mean, the Tubman Museum is extremely nice. In the past few weeks, Macon came together in a peaceful protest to shut down whatever outside of the synagogue. Yeah, that's also good. I heard all about that. And anti-Semitite. I can't ever say that fucking word. It's such a hard word to say. I'm glad they did that. I had some friends that were part of that. So Jason quit trying to say, you're a small town boy in the middle of nowhere. You aren't fooling anyone who has ever been there and knows better. Bitch, he's not from fucking Macon. It is easier in a bio. This is the point I was trying to make with Jeezy earlier. It is easier in a bio to say, hey, I'm from here because you don't know where the fuck this other place is. Or, I doubt you work in entertainment or anything, because if you did, you wouldn't be fucking saying nothing like this. He's making a generalized post because his family is fucking probably still there. He probably has people still living there. And it's probably such a small town still, by everything else's standards, that you don't want people driving up and down the roads trying to find out where Jason Aldean's mama and daddy lives. You don't. It's stupid. You don't. So you say, I'm from Macon. That's the closest thing. That's the most relevant thing. You don't say Lizella, Crawford County. You say Macon. Like I said, that's what Jeezy did with Atlanta. He reps Atlanta, but he from Hawkinsville. And I could name you so many other artists from Georgia that's the same way. You know how many people says they're from Statesboro because they went to Georgia Southern and became an artist? There's a lot. A lot. Anyway, let's get back to where she's fucking being stupid. So, maybe you should get back to your roots and spend some time at home in the community that raised you, so they can show you how racism negatively affects them. You know, one day people are going to quit talking about racism, and they're just going to live their whole fucking life, and racists are just going to disappear. This is fucking stupid. First off, go look at some of the stuff him and his wife politically stand for. This dude couldn't be more of, hey, let's make shit work for everybody. Let's be a good person. Let's stand up for what we believe in, and let's allow everyone else to stand up for what they believe in. Dude's a solid fucking dude. He has a very good reputation in Nashville. He has helped so many people with his record. I mean, the dude's just a good fucking dude, and his wife is great too. You're mad because the message that he's trying to send isn't your message. That is the problem with every fucking body, right or left, by the way. You're going to get mad and you're going to go closed-minded because you don't agree with the person saying something. That's what you're going to do. This person, Jason, did not sing a song about being a racist or anything like that. He wrote a song about supporting those you grew up with, that are your brothers, that's your sisters, the people that you love. Let me tell you, you guys are the ones making it fucking stupid. Let's see, where is it at? Maybe spend some time there, and maybe you wasn't raised in Tennessee Town. What does that say? I don't know what she's fucking... Sound like you pretend that you're from Macon knows better. You know for a fact. You better know. Act like you were raised. Quit lying for clout. What clout, bitch? What clout? He's talking about where the fuck he's from. Sincerely, a girl who was raised in Macon, grew up, moved away, and still has love in her heart for her hometown and always will. Bitch, you got a mural painted anywhere, and like where you live, there's people that have painted murals. There are people that every time Jason comes back to Atlanta, every time he comes back to, I'm not Atlanta, but Macon, every fucking time that he sells out every place. And all the way, let's also talk about this, bitch. Look up what he did for the hospital there a couple years ago. Look up how much money he donated to the hospital. He helps making. What the fuck do you do? What the fuck do the people that are sitting here claiming that this is a racist song, what the fuck do you do for your community? What have you ever done for your community? Oh, I went and helped a homeless center. Or I donated this. You ever donated fucking a couple $100,000 to help save lives? Every little bit counts. Every little bit counts. I'm not saying it doesn't. We do a lot of charity work with veteran organizations. But you can't fucking sit there and say that this dude is acting like whatever for clout. When he is from a small town, and he helps more than just the small town he's from. He's helping one of the towns that helped build him. You're fucking ignorant. All the people that are putting this man down are ignorant. I work in music. I record in Nashville. This is a top 1% show in the whole fucking world. I get to be around artists every day because of that. I get to be around social media personalities every day for that. This is my livelihood. I don't have another job. This is what the fuck I do. And I'm sitting here telling you, for somebody like you to go on to fucking Facebook, or all these morons going on to TikTok, Instagram, whatever, making videos trying to bash this dude, and you don't understand our way of life, our country way of life, our small town way of life, you're never going to fucking get it because you're closed-minded and you refuse to fucking grow. Refuse to grow. So let me give you this little bit of advice. Before you make posts like that to make you sound like a dumb bitch, how about you look at all what this man has done for his communities? All the positive things that he's done, all the charities that he's worked with, all this kind of stuff. And you see if this man has any hate in his heart. You see if this man has anything that is hateful in his heart. We all dislike certain people. But the fact that you or anybody else can sit there and talk shit about this man and you don't know his heart, that is fucking ridiculous. And by the way, if anybody is extreme right, I just want you to know, I don't fucking agree with y'all either. I don't. There's some people saying fuck around and find out and all this other kind of stuff. I got a really good buddy, Brian Martin, who's got a song called Fuck Around and Find Out. And that's not what this is about. This song is not fuck around and find out. This is I love my neighbor. I believe it's in the Bible somewhere. It says to love thy neighbor. That's what this song is about. But if you tread on my neighbor, I'm going to whoop your fucking ass. He never says, and he never means to say, because it doesn't have to be a certain culture, color, whatever that is your neighbor. If you love your neighbor, you take care of your fucking neighbor. Just the way you hope your neighbor take care of you. So, to all of y'all hating on Jason Aldean, I seriously challenge you to look at the good this man's done, and then look yourself in the mirror and seeing who's being the racist. See who's being the bigot. See who's being the fucking moron. See who is so closed-minded. You're taking an innocent statement and you're twisting it in your head to make it mean what you want it to mean. You're the fucking racist. You're the fucking big. You're the person who does not believe that there's growth. You're the person that literally fucks it up for the rest of us. So all I can tell you is thank you for giving me content because of my brothers. Daddy getting hurt and me not being able to release those shows yet because they're not done. Thank you. And also thank you because me supposed to be being on vacation right now. I didn't have an extra show to put out. Our marketing company and my management company might not have liked that very much this week. And you're giving me clickbait. So thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm sure Jason Aldean thanks you and everybody else that have talked shit about him. Because in case you didn't know, it's because of people like you that have made his album that came out months ago now number one. He's probably going to end up being the first person that has ever had an album that didn't debut as number one go by for months and months and months, and then it came back around to be number one. You've also made that song a number one hit for him now across all fucking platforms. You also made the video number one. I don't know if you know this because you probably don't, but you get paid off of YouTube views if you're folks like us. I don't really do the fucking YouTube shit because I get paid off of iHeartRadio and all the rest of the good shit. So, you have literally put money in his fucking pocket with your ignorance. What a beautiful fucking day. I believe there are some things that people need to be woke about. I do believe that there are things that need to be changed in this country, in this world. But sitting there accusing someone who's not racist of being racist and putting out a racist ass song, you're just fucking probably miserable. You're probably just a miserable fucking person, and you want to find the negative in everything, just like the negative in your life. How about you listen to the song and you appreciate the song for what it is? That song is made for good old boys and good old girls. That is made for people who love their neighbor, who love their country, who love their community. Their people are proud of where they're from, not people that resent where they're from. So, if you don't like those little towns, and you don't like shit about that, shut your fucking mouth. Thank you, Jason Aldean. You are the fucking best. Thank you for being a small town Georgia boy. And love the song. I love all your shit. Maybe if you hear this, I'll get invited to another one of your concerts. Thank each and every one of y'all for listening to the Josh Terry Podcast. And if you don't like that, you can kiss my big country fucking ass.